I had a couple of students email me who wanted a little bit of clarification on a ternary relationship. So I just wanted to put together a quick video that shows a simple example of a ternary relationship. So, by the name, you can tell that it's a relationship that is made up of three different objects. We can create just a little diagram here that will represent the relationship. And I saw one example that I thought was easy to understand, described it well. And that was the relationship between a supplier, part, and a car. So just to quickly describe this, it's the suppliers that make the parts that go into the end vehicle. And so the relationship is made up of these three components, and to determine the cardinality of one, you have to look at the other two. So we can see right here, we got a supplier that is making a part. Are they going to make the part for one or multiple vehicles? So if we got a supplier like Mega that's making car parts, and they're making a steering wheel, is that steering wheel only going to go into one vehicle, or is it going to go into many? So in this example, we could say that Mega is making the steering wheel for both the Escape and the Fusion, because Ford's the best car company out there, so we're going to use that as the example here. And so to determine the cardinality from the others, we do the same thing. So we got, the car and the part. Can that, like if we have a part in a particular car, can that come from multiple suppliers, or is it just going to come from one supplier? We got, Mega that's making the steering wheel for us. Is there any other potential supplier, that could be supplying for the vehicle? And so that would be a many relationship, because we could have, a different manufacturer that is making the steering wheel for a particular vehicle. And then with the supplier in the car, so for a particular car and a particular supplier, can they supply multiple parts for that vehicle? So just going back to, Mega creating that steering wheel, are they also creating maybe spark plugs or an exhaust system that can go into the vehicle? So you could say that is also a many relationship. So here in the middle, we have the keys from each of these tables: the suppliers, the part, and the car. So we have the supplier identification, the part number, the car's identification, like the VIN number or the type of vehicle. And so we can put this into kind of a table form. Might make it a little bit easier to understand how the data would be put in the table. So we got our supplier, and this is the relationship here in the middle. So we got the supplier, we got the part, and then we got the car. So for the supplier, we got Mega that's making the steering wheel for the Fusion, and say Mega is also making the steering wheel for the Escape. And then we could have a different company. I'm not familiar with a ton of manufacturers, but we can make one up here. We got L3 that's also making a steering wheel for the Fusion. So this kind of just shows an example of the cardinality that even though the Fusion already has a steering wheel being made by Mega, it can also have a steering wheel being made by a different supplier. And the steering wheel that is being made can be used in multiple vehicles. And there's a little bit more that kind of goes into how the relationships are formed, which I think Gov will probably go into a little bit more depth on it. And after watching this, if you need any additional clarification or have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, and I'd be happy to kind of help to understand that a little bit better.